Hi guys. So I'm going to go in more detail in case anybody's confused about the one pager assignment. So this is the assignment. We should get half done on Monday the 21st, and then we should finish it next Monday the 28th. So I posted it on Friday, and what I'm going to have you guys open the Google Doc. I'm going to go start there. Okay. So a one pager. A one pager is a place where we combine a lot of information that we've learned and like get it all on one page and have it organized so that we can remember it. So we are finishing up learning new content this week for our Harnessing Human Energy. So I expect half of this one pager to be done, like I said, on Monday the 21st. This transfer, convert, and key concepts here, this is what we're going to learn this week. So I'd wait on that information until next Monday. But everything else you can do. Okay. The next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to give you options for how to do this assignment. So for some of you that confuses you, you don't want to make a decision, I get it. I'm hoping most of you choose the paper option. You're doing so much work online that like actual handwriting and coloring and adding stuff might be a good break from the screen time, right? So paper option, you're going to get the same information. You're just putting it on paper. So you can make like a foldable like this one. This is an example from something I did either last year or the year before. Notice it's different. We have not learned motion yet, so it doesn't have all the same information, okay? What I want to point out is that there's color, there's like underlining, there's, in this case, there was some math because we did math back then, but there's lots of pictures here, right? With kinetic energy, potential. That's what those are showing, kind of like our pendulum. So draw pictures. I don't grade artistic ability, so don't think it has to be perfect, but that's your paper option. Google Drawings, if you want it, to do it digitally, Google Drawings is to me the best choice to do it. And so this is my example, and I even attached a template. So I'll show you that. But what I want to point out is there's lots of pictures. There's all the definitions and key concepts, but they're not just copy and pasted or typed in. They have underlining and highlighting to show the important stuff. I did not follow our normal color coding like we did in the article. I don't expect you to follow that. So as far as the highlighting, I just kind of made what works for me. I liked key concepts in orange because that's what Amplify does. I did kinetic energy in green because that's how it was on the skate park. And I have a feeling that's how some of us might remember, right? I did potential in blue. Other than that, I did do like our color coding, like pink, really important stuff, vocab, and a little bit more in yellow. But that's just how I did it. You don't have to follow exactly how I did it. The key for this is to learn and remember what we've learned so far. So however your brain is going to help you remember it, that's how I want you to do it. Okay? So if you want to do it in Google Drawings, I went ahead and attached the template here. So you'd open this. All I did was get rid of all my pictures and all the other stuff. I did leave the highlighting of what was here. So these are, so if you're going to use this, we need to make a copy. So you're going to go to File, make a copy. I would rename it. So HHE one pager, then put your name and your period. Your period 4. Okay. Then this one is your copy to work on. This one was my template. Okay. Some basics in Google Drawings. So all these are all called text boxes. You can get a new one by clicking this T, put it wherever you want. Okay, I'm going to erase that. If you needed to make it bigger, you just click on it. It's much like the text boxes if we were in slides, okay? You have a lot of the same tools as if you were in slides. So I can type, I can highlight here, change the color of my font here, change the size and the font itself, right? I can make these have a background color, whatever you want to do. All right, the other thing that I want to show you, because arrows are to me very important. You go to line, you go to arrow, and I can draw an arrow to, say, potential energy. Say I don't like how the size of that, I can make it bigger. I can change the color. Okay, the only issue is I'm still like, notice my mouse is that T. When I go to click again, I'm making another arrow. So while it was like an arrow thing, in order to get out of this, I have to go click the little arrow. To me, that's one thing that's a little testy. Okay, but other than that, you can just mess around with it, add pictures. So the next question is, where do I get pictures? Well, Google's great, but I also kind of helped you out if you like my pictures, so you can't take this whole thing. I didn't want it straight copied. I also included here my slides. So this is a slideshow. I took all of like the important vocab, key concept slides, key things that we might need, and I gave them all to you here. And I do not mind copying and pasting from my stuff. I will say, if you just copied the definitions from like a slide like this and put it in here, you're not going to get full credit because you're not showing me like the highlighting and underlining. So just be aware, if you're going to take it from here, you still have to show me processing. All right, so like I gave you that example of our claim evidence reasoning, kinetic potential energy. I gave you all of these with all these pictures, right? So this is the stuff we're going to get into this week, just so you know, so don't worry about those last few slides, but get all of this in a definition, and key concepts are all here. Remember, key concepts are over here on the yellow like sticky note on our slides here. Okay, I'll show you where else they are. But that is what you can do for drawing and for slides. Okay, I'm going to show, because most of you know slides, so I'm not going to go over slides. I will show you Jamboard real quick, in case you've never used Jamboard and you're curious and want to try something new. So I just opened a new tab. I go to my little waffle. I gotta move my face, apparently. All right, so it's not one I use a whole lot, so it's way down here. So Jamboard. And then, so these are my current Jamboards. You probably have none. To make a new one, you go down to this plus sign. Okay. Now it's a little bit like slides. So this is the first slide. It automatically gives me like, I think, 2. And then this is the second slide. So you can use more than one. Okay, and then these are your tools. So it's not as many tools as drawing and slides, which is probably why I don't use it as often, but it still can be a good like bulletin board kind of place. So you can add these like sticky notes. So say I want to make this my energy. I'm going to explain what energy is. Okay, then I can cancel to get a new one. I can make a new one. I can change the color. Maybe I want to make this one say kinetic energy. So notice I put it on top of, so it's just a little different. The thing is, to underline or anything, you'd have to use the pen. You can add pictures, you can add just text boxes too, wherever you want. But it's kind of more like a bulletin board, and then you just put all the information there. So you can do Jamboard, you can do Google Slides, you can do drawing. I do not want a Google Doc because you're not going to get it. It's going to be more linear, and it's not going to have all of this, like with the arrows and all the pictures. All right, so you can put the link here, or you can attach the picture or whatever you're working on to this assignment tab in Google Classroom. So you can't see it on here, but on mine, on yours, it has a little plus sign, add content over here in this box. That's where you add it. All right, let's look at the rubric. So what has to be there? You have to have all of these vocabulary words, and they need to have the definition. I want amplify definitions or the definition from my slides. So that's definitely where you want to use my slides. I also have put the glossary from Amplify right here. It's a link. It is also right here for you. Again, it's a link, takes you into Amplify. Of course, it's going to make you log in. I'm still logged in from earlier, but it has all of the Amplify definitions. Okay, so all of those words, definitions. Okay, I've given you, these are all of the key concepts for the whole unit. So we have learned these. There are 2 more we're going to learn this week, but you can just copy and paste, and then you do need to make sure, just like up here, underline, highlight, show me what's important in them. So here's the grade for highlighting, underlining, adding emphasis arrows. You do need all that. You need at least 7 relevant pictures. Make sure it's relevant. So pictures like I put in about potential and kinetic energy, examples of potential, examples of kinetic. I did, if you're going to do the drawing template, notice I did give you this picture and this picture, but you can find any more. You need 7 in total. Okay. So total is 40 points. It's due next Monday. I hope this video helps kind of guide you, and that if you have any further questions, don't hesitate to ask, right? Make sure that you also include what you've done so far by Tuesday morning. So I'm going to go to show you something. So if I go to a class that I'm enrolled in, so this is on my assignment. This is obviously a different assignment, but say you guys are working on the 1-pager where it says add or create right here, right? This is where I add my assignment. So I want this done Tuesday morning so that I know that you are working on it on Monday. So here's my 1-pager. I know it's not done, but I'm going to insert it. So that's how you insert it from your drive, right? Say you decided to just make your Google Slides here. You want to do it on slides. I can click slides there. And then I would click it to open it. Say you wanted to do drawing or Jamboard, you would have to go into Google through here and do it, okay? You can turn it in on Monday once you're like halfway done, once you're done working, so I can see it and make sure that you were working on Monday. And then I will quickly return it and get back to you so you can keep working. All right, hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.